have been. I mean, every step was a joy, every single step. And I don't really get it. I don't understand why every, it was, and everything's different. And I learned that I don't have enough energy. I don't. So I don't have to be careful. I've been careful for whatever reason, but I don't have to be, because I have endless energy. I could have gone around that rim a couple of times without a problem. And I felt like I didn't want to necessarily, but I could have. And I think that was a little bit different. That was different for me. I know I'm fit, but it's about up here, what I will allow myself to do and what I won't allow myself to do. So what the heck is that? What? So many of the things I do around medically are about giving me energy. Recovering from a couple of burnouts, taking hormone replacement therapy because I don't have any energy. But I have it. So, yeah. So that was it for me. I have the energy. I just need to use it. I know that there are things that take it from me. And I realize, but in a way I'm more interested in what gives it to me as opposed to what takes it from me. So, was it the land? Was it the group? I don't understand it.
Was it you?
Well, but why was I different yesterday than I've been before? I don't know that. Well, yeah, I didn't worry about today. I just did yesterday. I did every step, not worried about the next step. I kind of looked forward to the next step because every one of them felt new.
So you did that and you had energy.
I did that and I felt energy. I had energy for the next one.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, maybe, but why? Yeah.
Go back. Go back.
Pardon?
I took every step.
Every step.
I didn't worry about the next one.
Every step was new.
I didn't worry about tomorrow. I just stayed in the step. There's your metaphor, right? When you just take the next step and don't worry about the next step, you have energy.
Because there's no worry. Because it's not, the next step is not a worry. Every step is on its own.
We talked about completion, or I suggested that there's a completion to be had.
No.
No?
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was just the step. And it's okay if it was a big one or a fun one, like, jumping into a hole. Everything was enjoyable. Everything had the full, complete energy for the step.
But where I'm going with this, just to have a little inquiry about, is that, this story that you've had about I have to conserve my energy, I have to be cautious with my energy because my energy will run out. That's a way of being that you've been for a long time. And it somehow served you. Not in a functional way. Somehow it served you. How did it serve you?
Kept me focused. I couldn't get distracted because I had one thing to do. And I couldn't give energy to other things because that one thing took it. Or I gave it to that one thing. So it served me that way.
So if you go underneath that.
So like, for example, Andrew talked about
he had been living on the periphery, right? Because it was safe there, right? So there's a safety, some kind of safety, right?
I didn't have to give in any more than what I wanted, ever.
Right.
Because I couldn't.
There's something in there.
I had convinced myself I couldn't.
Right.
So it meant I only gave so much emotional energy to things.
Right.
Just like I only gave so much physical energy to things.
So was it a way of you having the power?
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like kind of not functional.
Yeah.
Like, right? Kind of
But it is, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So where did you discover the power was yesterday?
I didn't lose power. I gained power.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I learned yesterday, is I actually gained power back from giving it, from not watching it and controlling it. I find that hard to extrapolate to emotional energy, but I can certainly get the physical energy.
So where do you control emotional energy? Or how? Or why?
Afraid of being hurt. Afraid of exposure. Whatever that is. Keeping me from being dismissed. Because I can't be dismissed. Gives me reason to be disconnected.
Feel the truth in that?
Excuse me?
Can you feel the truth in that statement of all of them?
Yes, I can. Yeah, I know it. I don't like to think about it or talk about it, but I know it all.
So what's a new choice? From your heart.
The new choice is not to be afraid of connection. Not to be afraid of letting others be part of my life. To let me choose things in my life that are actually good for me instead of not. I have had a history of choosing things that kept me on choosing careers that was unusual to do. It was unusual for me to do them. So I was always the other person.
So if we were up-leveling that conversation, knowing that afraid of connection, feeling safe to connect, to up-leveling that to having the freedom to connect and the freedom to embrace the joy of connection, perhaps. Without trying to figure out what that means, or looks like, tastes like.
I do feel joy and connection, and I've enjoyed lovely discussions with, connections with people here.
Yeah.
When I let myself connect, I love it. But there's this block. I will choose not to, as opposed to choose to. And I don't remember that it's actually enjoyable once I do it. Interesting.
So maybe there's a layer about freedom to love. What you have, do, be.
It's felt like loving has been a struggle. I think permission to love has been a struggle. Acknowledgement of love has been a struggle. When I can't came out to my parents when I was 21. And my greater family didn't ever get told that I was gay until my mom died. And I told them at her memorial ceremony, I said, you need to have these words because my mother would never let me say them to you. And I was surprised, of course, they just never said the words. My mom could never say it. And you know, this is important. I think this was important for her because she could never say it. But it's really important to my brother and I, who's also gay, because we never had permission to talk about who we loved. So I think that whole sense of the struggle of being accepted, you know, although it's, you know, God, that's old, but it's new at the same time.
So I was wondering why my throat was feeling weird. And I was going to say, why is my throat feeling weird?
I've never been able to talk loud, especially in public, and it's just totally blocked. It's always been like that. I've had to practice because I used to do public speaking, so I had to practice really hard at projecting because I don't do it. I immediately start to block up.
So I have a perspective that I'd like to offer. You do whatever you want to do. So one of the biggest premise that I heard about in 2002 and then integrated, it took a long time to integrate, it doesn't take a long time now, is the premise that, and you probably know this, right, that we create the whole of our own reality with love and wisdom always. Do you know about that premise?
I don't.
So the premise suggests that in order for us to know who we really are, in order for us to experience something that our soul has chosen to experience this lifetime, we have to experience the opposite first of all. Because if we came into the world with that experience that we wanted to have straight up, we wouldn't know what that is, right? It's like, you know,
be normal.
You know, there's a story that says if every wall, ceiling, window, furnishing, all of us was white, would we know what white is? Right? We wouldn't know it, right? So we need to have the contrast. And there's another thought, I guess like an idea that works for me, and that is that we have soul contracts. So it's like when we're a soul, we say to ourselves, oh, I'm going to come and have a human experience, another one. What is it that I would like to experience this time round? Oh, I'd like to experience what it's like to give, what it's like, what the true definition of permission, what the true experience of permission is this time around. what the experience is to be free to speak my truth is. Right? So who, souls out there, are going to love me so much that they're going to play the role for me where they give me the opposite of that experience initially, so that I can gift myself with the choice that I made as a soul. And so, you know, when I heard you say that your mother couldn't speak the truth about you, and then she died, and then you chose at her memorial service of all places, right?
That was bad.
No, it was perfect.
Right?
High impact.
Get them while they're vulnerable.
So this is a perspective, as I said, right? Look at the gift she gave you. Perhaps she played that role where she kept her mouth shut until the day she died.
Kept her mouth shut, full stop.
Right? to give you the experience where you would be at the memorial service and speak your truth in front of everybody. You know, perhaps she loved you that much that she would give you that experience that you asked for this time.
I actually did thank her.
Yeah.
Because I thanked her. Because she didn't stop me.
Yeah.
She could have stopped me.
Mhm.
And she wasn't here, but she was still here. And she didn't stop me. She could stop me in life, but she couldn't when she was gone. My brother laughingly said, "How dare you out me?" We had a good laugh about that. You know, this part of me that says at 63 I need to get over this. God, enough. Let's just move on here.
You know, from my experience, the only way that you can move on is to unconditionally love it all. Not, you know, I'm not talking about putting a positive spin on it and doing all that shit. I'm not talking about that. Or positive affirmations, you know. I will move on from this, you know, I'm not talking about that.
Damn it.
Right? I'm
Move on from
talking
this.
about getting to a place of such reverence at the orchestration of it all. Such reverence. Thank you. Thank you.
And such reverence for yourself.